It's Monday once again, which means we've made our way to Huntingburg to see Denny Spinner for this week's Monday with the Mayor.
Good to see you again, Bradford.
Good to see you too. Once again, you guys have been busy around here with projects, so we'll start with a couple more updates.
Well, we're just the process of moving some of our stellar projects forward has taken some strides in the last couple of weeks since we last spoke. The three projects that are at the top of the list right now are the Market Street Park, the 4th Street reconstruction, and also the relocation of the street department and the construction of a safe room and maintenance building. Where we are on all of those, the RFQ, the request for qualifications for the Market Street project. We got the final executive summary on that from our design team. It was approved by the Stellar Committee, and that RFQ has been advertised, and we'll be getting some firms submitting proposals to guide that project. Those proposals will be come in within the next 30 days. Once those are received, a committee will be established to do the formal review of those proposals. We'll be following the state of Indiana's guidelines on that. This is a project funded by the Office of Community and Rural Affairs, so we'll be following exactly the process to do that selection and move that forward. So that is started already with the RFQ being advertised. A similar process for the 4th Street project, different funding agency, so a little bit different project, different process. This would be funded by the Indiana Department of Transportation, by NDOT. So the RFP, the request for proposal for the 4th Street project, will be going out within the next 2 weeks. And again, the process will follow somewhat similar. NDOT has a scoring system that allows you to select the project, proper engineering firm for that project. A committee of local citizens will be involved in that review and make that selection based on that scoring criteria. So that one's maybe a couple of weeks behind the Market Street project. But as the timelines go, if all things would go well, the Market Street project would be a 2016 project, and we expect the 4th Street project to be somewhere in 2017 based on the funding availabilities from the Department of Transportation. The 3rd project, the street department relocation, we worked very hard over the last 2 weeks to work with the Indiana Department of Homeland Security. The funding for that project is due to come from the federal sources, from FEMA. An application was completed and submitted to FEMA last Friday, calling for the relocation of the street department, but also the biggest part of that project will be the inclusion in the new location of a safe room. And the safe room is a room designed to be a location where people can go during a weather event or say a storm of some kind, a safe shelter that they can go to during that event. And that's just not a public facility that meets that requirement right now in our city. So with this project, we can add that. I want to say that the Du Bois County Commissioners, the Du Bois County Council has been completely supportive of this project, have written letters of support. Tammy Humbert from Emergency Management has also written letters of support from this. And if you recall, the county has contributed funds to the Stellar program, and this is the project that they see as a priority. So working closely with the county, we'll be looking at that application has gone in, and we've been told by Homeland Security at the state level that this is a top priority for them and their funding requests this year. So we should hear some news on that hopefully by the end of the year and have a clear path on where those go. So those are the 3 projects that have had the most action in the last 2 weeks, and we'll keep things moving.
With everything going on, you ever feel like you should have taken up juggling or something?
Well, juggling would be a good skill to have, but it's yes, there's a lot of processes going on, but I got to tell you that we're keeping on top of it because we've got some very qualified staff that are helping us with all that. We've got firms that we've worked with from a consultant standpoint that have really taken on a lot of that work and have done it at a rate that is probably about half of what we would have been experiencing should we not had the Stellar designation. Indiana Region 15 has been very proactive in helping us. That's their job. They are the project manager on a couple of these. So everyone has come together and kept these projects moving forward.
It's late August, so we're almost to the gateway to fall, which means we have some events coming up.
Right. One of the big events coming up on August 29th is the annual Back to School Bash at the Teen Outback. Last year, that was all planned, and I think that was one of the biggest thunderstorms of the year. Happened at about the time that they were ready to launch the event. So this is going to be a great event on the lawn there at the Outback. Also inside, youth from around the county will be involved. We're inviting everyone to come in and enjoy that. And this is a great event sponsored by the Youth Board. Everything from dunking booths to tug of wars, a lot of music, a lot of fun, games all around. Again, that'll be on the 29th for 4th graders through 8th graders from 6 to 10 p.m. And if you're driving through Huntingburg on that night, you won't have any problem seeing the activity out there. There'll be a lot of things out on the yard, and we just want to invite all our youth to come over and participate in that event. On the Labor Day weekend, we'll have the 3rd annual Hispanic Cultural Festival. This year, that'll be on September 4th and 5th, working with Alasi on that and our Hispanic community to bring the celebration together. A new venue this year at Alasi's request. We're going to have the festival at the Huntingburg City Park. So it was in the Market Street area last year, but want to try a new venue this year. They are working very hard. They've got the requests all in, and we should have a great amount, just like every other festival that happens in Du Bois County. There'll be the key elements. There'll be food, and there'll be music. So we would just look for an exciting time to bring those who are newer to our community a chance for them to celebrate their heritage as well. And you can't beat the atmosphere that you'll see there at the cultural festival come September 4th and 5th, and invite everybody to be a part of that.
And time for a bit of a shameless plug here at the end. The Herbs Fest is coming up soon as well.
We've got the first official Herbs Fest button. The Herbs Fest will be coming up in the last weekend in September. A great chance to celebrate the entire community's heritage. Going back for over 30 years, we've had that event, and the committee has done just an outstanding job preparing for that event, and a lot of work to be done in the next few weeks. If you haven't had your bunting or your banners ready to go, contact the committee members. They'd be glad to have you decorate your home or your business with those new buntings that they have this year. And we just look forward to a great time again at the end of September for that.
Much more to come on that later.
Absolutely. Lots of things to come on that one.
All right. Well, thank you once again, Mayor.
Thank you.
That's been Monday with the Mayor for this week. We'll be back after this.